So funny. Hey guys, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie. This is going to be a Corona apocalypse vlog, weekend, and things like that. So yeah, come along for the ride. Yay! Okay, if you don't know, I don't know where you have been, but there is a coronavirus, a pandemic, world pandemic thing going on, and here in the United States, specifically here in Northern Virginia, they have decided to close schools down and really institute the social isolation plans that the state has and stuff like that. We've been considered under a state of emergency, and I needed content for next week, so I decided I'm going to do a vlog weekend since I can't go anywhere. I mean, I can go places, but what would be the point? I really don't need to leave my house, so I'm gonna read all weekend long, and you guys are gonna go on that journey with me. Yay. Picked up the hubby earlier this evening. He was out on a trip. It wasn't international travel or anything like that, thank goodness, but you know, that's how that is. So I have a couple books that I'm going to be trying to read this weekend, and here they are. These are the things you guys are probably going to hear about. I'm participating in Audio Bookathon, which is a readathon that I am co-hosting with a whole bunch of other amazing booktubers. I'll make sure that their information is down in the description box. It is still going on, so even if you see this vlog and you haven't started to participate, there'll still be a couple days left of the Audiobookathon. It started on March the 8th and it's running until March the 22nd. I'll probably doing another vlog or something like that as the weeks go, because I don't know which days I'll have to be quarantined with my kid, because they got 30 days off starting from the beginning of this vlog, and yeah, which means they don't go back to school until the middle of April. Loads of fun. But yeah, now back to the books that I'm reading for this weekend. So I'm going to try and get Locke by Kimberly read, because I need to. It released this week. It's part of the Sinister Fairy Tales collection, and I'm part of the art team. I hadn't gotten a chance to read it this week, but since it's the weekend, I'm gonna get it in and get it done. I'm also gonna be reading Capital South by Raine Miller, which is the Read Me Romance podcast story for this week, and I'm super excited to get through that, or get to that, because Raine Miller is a favorite of mine when it comes to novels. I'm also going to be trying to read Sadie by Courtney Summers, which is an audio bookathon challenge, which is to read a favorite of one of the co-hosts, I think it was. It also will fit for the full cast, but I've also read other books already for this readathon with the full cast, but still have that. I will also be trying to read We're Going to Need More Wine by Gabrielle Union, which is going to count for my nonfiction, narrated by author, and my celebrity challenge for Audiobookathon. I have read another book that was narrated by a celebrity, so it'll definitely count for my nonfiction and narrated by the author challenge. And then finally, I'm going to be trying to read Consequences by Aleatha Romig, which I'm going to be listening to on audiobook. It'll be like my third or fourth listen, or third or fourth read through. This is the first time that I've read it as an audiobook, and I'm super excited to see if the narrator is able to bring out the emotions of the story that I have fell in love with and really, really enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoy the ride, and we'll see you guys probably in the morning. It's midnight, which is why I wanted to start this vlog now, even though I'm going to bed, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to read anything. I'm quite tired lately. I fall asleep very, very easily. So I'll see you guys in the morning.
Remember the time we were standing on the rooftop? You shone as bright as the city before us. Now tell me you feel it, tell me you know it, tell me you're cold and tell me I'm water, and you just keep drowning. Days of thunder I hear, they come when you're near. Why must all that I touch always fall into dust? We are fluid like the ocean waters, but you only crave for solid ground. Something on your mind is the comfort I can offer. Just this once for the city before us. So tell me you feel it, tell me you know it, tell me I'm loved and tell me I matter. I'll keep you from drowning. Days of thunder I hear, they come when you're near. Why must all that I touch always fall into dust? We are fluid like the ocean waters, but you only crave for solid ground.
Okay, hey guys. Turns the lights in my face. Ooh la 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 la. So, as you saw, it's like almost midday and I haven't gotten out of bed. But I did read 2 books and they were okay. So, I read Locke by Kimberly Knight, and it is part of the Sinister Fairy Tale retelling collection, in which I am an ARC member for, and it was, there we go. It was okay. It was, she makes it very clear, the author, in the beginning of the book, that it is the fairy tale retelling of the Brothers Grimm version of Rapunzel and not the animated version of it. So I wasn't, you know, I mean, the collection is called The Sinister Fairy Tales, so I figured that it wouldn't be sugary sweet and fun and stuff like that. But at the same time, I didn't get the darkness. It's not the topics that were included in it weren't topics that I typically enjoy, because the characters are that borderline of age. So our female character is 17 turning 18, and our male character is 18. So I really try and stay away from younger character age characters in dark situations. It's just not something that I particularly care for. This one was a little more palatable. I didn't DNF it or anything like that because it is sort of a gangster, mafia, organized crime sort of setting. So I could sort of see that. Our male character is sort of being groomed to take over the business, and our female character is like the fairy tale Rapunzel. She is held hostage and made to do sort of bad things. And, you know, there's a lot of things that are exposed and stuff like that. So it was just, it was an interesting story. It's an interesting take on the fairy tale. It just wasn't my favorite. It didn't really grab me like some of the other fairy tales that I've been reading, but it was enjoyable. I also finished reading, or I listened to the podcast of Read Me Romance. Read Me Romance. And this week's book is called Capital South by Raine Miller. And this one as well was just like, Our female character is the daughter or granddaughter of a president, and our male character is the son of a president, of another ex-president, and the two of them were sort of betrothed to each other, and they were supposed to get together, and then there's some things that go on, and back and forth. They sort of liked each other when they were childhood, and things like that. So it was really quick. It was just another meh for me, but, you know, I love Raine Miller. So her Blackstone freaking series is absolutely amazing. And then the spinoff, Blackstone Dynasties, was amazing. I love both of those books. I love some of her historical stuff. And the banter between Alexa Riley and Tessa Bailey on the YouTube channel this week was so much fun. I loved watching their expressions for some of the things they talked about. So if you get a chance to, watch that definitely needs to happen. I don't know if you guys know this, but yes, they have branched out from the podcast. It's still remaining a podcast, but now they are also filming their podcast recording times and putting it up on YouTube. On their channel. So now it looks like I'm going to get into some full-length books. I'm not exactly sure which full-length book I'm going to start with. It's either going to be Sadie by Courtney Summers, or We're Gonna Need More Wine by Gabrielle Union, or I'm going to start my reread of Consequences by Aleatha Romig. And in the Alrighty, so I just finished Sadie by Courtney Summers, and I have some mixed feelings about this story. This is probably the reason why I am not a huge fan of like mystery thrillers and things like that, because it left on an open ending, and I am not for that. I need closure. Closure is the best thing for me. And I don't know how I feel about the story. There's lots of trigger warnings for sexual abuse, drug use, murder, secrets, family secrets, things like that. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. So we'll have to, keep it moving, but I can see why people enjoy it. I guess it's dark and it's twisted and it's just not, it's a hard-hitting story, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I should think about that. But I'm just going to jump into the next book, and I think I'm going to leave the nonfiction book of We're Gonna Need More Wine by Gabrielle Union for later. And I'm going to get into my Consequences series because I have, let's see, I have about 10, 11 hours of free, a free time on my fishdom right here. So that means I know. Consequences is about a 20-hour book. So yeah, I should be able to get through a good chunk of that because, of course, I speed up my sound of my narrative and stuff like that. So hopefully I can do that and get through the first book and move on to the next book in the series. So we will check in with you guys in a little bit, because I definitely want to sort of do a sort of read along for this, for Consequences, because it is going to be more of a comparison of how I enjoy the book in audiobook form, because I've loved the book in print form for a long time. So this is the first time I'm listening to it as an audiobook. So I will see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, folks. So the weekend is over. The first self-quarantine, social distancing weekend is over. I got 4 books completed. I believe it was. I think it was 4. No. Maybe it was 3. Dang it, I took that pad downstairs. I know I got finished with the trade, but I think that was on Friday. I did finish Lock by Kimberly Knight. I finished... There was something else. I don't remember. I'll link this week's or week 11's weekly wrap-up in the cards or down in the description box so you guys can follow along. Those are the books that I finished. Yay! Woohoo! Luckily, the federal government is asking their telework people to stay home and telework as much as possible, which means I have a little less time that I will have to telework with my child, because yes, it was a long week of doing the single parent thing, as well as this weekend doing the social distancing. It's super hard because he gets cabin fever like super quick, and you know, his swimming's not going to be, he's not going to be able to swim. They have a limit on their practices, and then on top of that, they can't swim at where they usually swim, and oh, it's going to be an interesting time. Whew. Okay. Well, thanks for following along with me, and I hope you guys like the footage of the vlog for the weekend. There will be more to come because a Polycon has been canceled, and they are now doing a virtual sort of event where they're going to allow the authors that were going to be there to sort of take over the group and everything like that. So you had to be sort of a ticket holder to participate in that. So that will be in 2 weeks. And then next week I have some interesting videos that I hope to be putting out for you guys. So I hope you guys will keep watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. I also have a recommendation form down there for you guys now. All I need is the book title, the book author's name, and the genre in which the book falls into, or that you think it falls into, and then if you could leave your name so that I can shout you out if I end up reading your recommendation. Other than that, make sure you're checking the description box. I leave a whole bunch of good stuff down there, lots of information and things like that. But thank you for watching, and we will see you guys in my next video.